Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Qapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Star Trek Enterprise Wednesday for April 5th, 2023, aka First Contact Day. On this day in 60 or so years, humanity will have first contact or second contact, depending what you believe, with the Vulcans in Bozeman, Montana. Or if it's second contact, first contact will be in Carbon Creek. But we'll find out about that next week. Today we are watching Season 2, Episode 1, Shockwave, Part 2. And welcome to the panel, Mr. Lundell, of Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies. Qapla.
Qapla.
Qapla. And John Araki was first in the chat. Qapla John Araki says uno. And he says, weather alert. It is currently 51 degrees and cloudy today in Queens, New York, with a high of 52 and a 73% chance of the chat lost before the start of the stream. Well, I don't think we lost it. That was the first chat. And John Araki says, stay tuned for this and more developments. Thank you, John. Richie Poole says Tuvok, second in the chat. Welcome, Richie. Eastland Burkholter says warmer here, northeast of New Orleans and south of Memphis, Tennessee. High in the 80s, but windy, so wonderful. Awesome. Richie Poole says, how in the world is Archer going to get back to his own time without Daniels' time machine? It's a good question, Richie. It's a good question. John DeMarco says he just needs to find a bird of prey and slingshot it around the sun. Well, not only a bird of prey, he needs a very special Vulcan science officer who can compute the variables needed for time warp. It's not easy. Captain Phantom Nerd says, hello, Captain. And I put in the link to watch the screening room. If you want to watch this live with us in the screening room, please do. And also a link to join the panel. And Captain Phantom Nerd just joined the panel. Qapla, Captain.
Qapla.
So, yes, links to both are pinned or about to be pinned. They are now pinned at the top of the chat. So anyone else, that's where you can find both the link to the screening room at birdofprey5.com/SR and a link to the panel. Yvette, the lovely Yvette, says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. John DeMarco says, happy first contact day, all. Happy first contact day, John and everyone. Where are we? Sorry about that. I lost my place. John Street says, remember to use @BirdOFrey5 to get BirdOFrey5 to see your comment, so BirdOFrey5 won't ignore and fall asleep. I am exhausted today, Josh Street. You can probably hear it in my voice. This is the third or fourth day now with very bad sleep. So we are definitely in the realm of possibility of me falling asleep. And John Aragi says, breaking news, the Emperor of Karoga surrendered today for arrest in Manhattan on 37 felony counts of having gas appliances in his vacation home in Queens. He entered a plea of not guilty. I don't believe this to be true. And Josh Street says, Bird, are you going to pin your Bird screening room comment? I did. Thank you, Josh Street. And John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. John Araki says, hashtag leave birds garbage. No, leave bird garbage. No, don't leave me extra garbage. Leave my garbage alone. Right. Cinnabon Bunny says, oh no, it's the speech that nearly killed the franchise. Josh reads his Bird, are you going to stop using your weather dominator that you bought from Cobra? No, I got no problem with it. A few extra tornadoes here and there keeps life interesting. John Aragi's question of the day for Mamo Prey. Is there any question you would like to ask Bird's fandom?
Yeah.
No, she says yes. Well, what's the question?
You know the question.
I don't know the question.
Oh, you asked, but yeah,
Oh, okay. So Mama Frey wants to know, what would everybody do if they had all the money in the world? Money was no longer a problem. And what?
all your health problems.
Okay.
Everybody was.
If everybody was perfectly healthy, you didn't have any health issues, and you didn't have any money issues. You had all the money. The money would replenish itself. You're making money more than you faster than you could possibly spend it, and you're perfectly healthy. What would you do?
Yeah.
That's Mama Frey's question. John DeMarco says, gazelles are our business. That's what this ship is all about. And John Araki, hashtag, put Bird to sleep. If only. If only. So, Cinnabon says, I'd buy every water polo ball in the world and destroy them. And Yvette says her list is too long. What did I say I do, Mama Frey? Oh, I said I would run for office. I would get ready to run for office at that point. John Marcus, one thing that comes to mind is to buy the rights to Star Trek and eradicate all copies of Discovery. LDG says, hey, Bird, I'm here, though still on the road. Gotcha on listening well. I had back home, possibly stop by the Crab Shack, lower the population. Okay. Josh Street says, bye, Bird, an exoskeleton suit and Paramount. Miss Londell says, find a charity or two and then rent Fiji. And John Araki says, I would be in disbelief at seeing Salty Tracker rich and healthy.
No, not everyone.
She's saying it's not everybody rich and healthy, just if you're rich and healthy. John Araki. But anyway, let's go ahead and get ready. We're going to be, again, we're watching Season 2, Episode 1, Shockwave, Part 2. And Josh Street puts in a link, Birdo Prey 5, Rewalk. I've seen the Rewalk system. It's not as fancy as it looks.
It's not fancy looking now, but give it a
And also, I believe at the time they said it wasn't. You had to be under 6 feet tall to use it. Maybe they've got bigger ones now, but when we inquired, they're like, "Oh no, it doesn't go up to 6 feet and above yet." But anyway, heading over to the screening room, we will count down and we'll start in a moment. Cinnabon says, I'd also go on safari and eliminate gazelles to prevent Captain Archer's horrible speech. I don't even remember this gazelle speech, so I guess I'll remember it when we get to it in the stream. So Josh reaches, so Bird wants a suit with frickin' laser beams. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to laser beams. Okay. In the screening room, counting down, and we're about to get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And previously on. There's nothing left, no trees, no people. Archer says there was 3,600 colonists. The mission's been canceled. History never recorded the disaster. Somebody violated the temporal accord, says Daniels. No, Enterprise never caused the explosion. The Vulcan Science Academy. They're going to get proof. Couple of Suliban sucked out into space. Cinnabon says, I don't blame you for blocking it from your memory. Daniel says, I can't send you back. None of it exists. There's no time portals. Everything's been destroyed. Can't send you back. They're coming on board.
Yep.
I'm wondering how this got past Ronald D. Moore. Nothing about it is sets up canon.
No singing bird of prey today, Josh Street. Certainly not.
If somebody wants to send $100 super chat.
Okay, for $100 super chat. Sure.
Oh, too late. The song's almost over.
I
Save
know.
your money.
Now, I don't think Ronald D. Moore worked on Enterprise either. He left after Voyager.
Ooh, neoclassical.
Electronically.
It's called a book.
It's okay, Cinnabon. It's okay. A library. It's getting him very angry. It's very triggering.
Libraries are triggering.
The Cinnabon, he's been the victim of so many rigged libraries.
Look, you guys with all your triggering, and you just get over it. Okay, suck it up. It's the real world. Shit happens. Especially you, Cinnabon. You should know better.
John DeMarco says, watch out for a pair of broken glasses on the steps of that library. He had so much time. It was finally time. Welcome, the traveler. Josh Reed says, isn't this how Kuroga gets ships? No.
The good old days when Vulcans
Oh,
were
yeah.
assholes.
Cinnabon says a real captain would have killed more than 3,000 colonists. Amateur underachiever.
Wow. Oh.
The traveler asks, can anyone give some commentary on what's going on in this episode? Well, it's a two-part episode. This is the second half. In the first half, Captain Archer got pulled into the future by crewman Daniels. But when he got there, he found that the future had been altered. And what he thought was going to be, what crewman Daniels thought was going to be his home century, turned out to be just that burned out city you saw before. So at the beginning of this episode, we find out that the future, the past had been changed. And so they're trying to get Archer back to his time. But Daniel says it's impossible to do that. But what they can do is communicate with people in the past. Apparently, that's a lot easier to do. So that's what they're trying to do, is find the equipment needed to open up a communication with somebody in the past, rather than sending him to the past. So the Paul is in charge of Enterprise, but the Suliban have taken over. It's not awkward at all that I'm spying on you while you sleep. From the future.
I don't know if I'd pick her.
Yeah, probably not the best.
Maybe a child or Roshi?
Oh, you wimp!
Is Hoji really smaller than T'Pol?
T'Pol got a hell of a rack now. Okay, so man,
It's not that tight.
it's an excuse to see her in a halter top. You know, maybe get a glance at a belly button. You know, you mean Cinnabon's not raising hell about this? Well, she's Cinnabon. She's tiny. Okay, so hmm, Phlox just happens to keep illegal drugs in his quarters. Yeah,
Was she putting it down her pants?
I wasn't going to say anything about that.
No.
Into the Jeffers tube, scum queen. Uh-oh. Here we go. uh, could have let him see just for a brief moment. Okay, shoot him. Well, you just kill
Beam them into space.
No, you make sure you got a body. You need to you know study that take that genetic enhancements they have. You know.
Cinnabon says you could have fit 3 Hoshis. Three Hoshis in that crawl space. Trip lied to see her shirtless.
Busted.
Yep.
There you go. Shoot those bastards. Hmm. among other things. Hmm. We're fucked.
Suliban says, I took a hostage. Hoshi, I brought you a snack. Uh, Here it comes. Cinnabon says this would convince no one. I think it would make Starfleet think Archer is insane and need to be recalled and hospitalized and given shock therapy.
Cinnabon wants shock therapy? Okay.
I can't wait to hear the decision. Cinnabon says he'd be okay with this speech if at the end we saw Archer had a gazelle head mounted on his wall in his quarters.
I didn't see anything wrong with that speech. You're just
I
being
don't
a
think
jackass, Cinnabon.
I don't think Porthos would be happy.
You know.
Yeah, I think he overreacted. I think Cinnabon overreacted. It was a decent little speech.
Yeah.
And JP's appears interested in the shock therapy. Yvette says, thank you, Bird. You're welcome, Yvette. So, yeah, that was Shockwave Part 2. I'll be honest, we're waiting, I don't know, was it from May till September June, July, August, 4 or 5 months. 5 months waiting for this episode. Feels like a bit of a letdown after a 5-month wait.
I'd agree.
But knowing next week is a great episode, I feel like that's a fair trade-off. Of course, at the time, I wonder how many people would have thought Carbon Creek would be a great episode. I think Carbon Creek's a great episode after the fact. We know what goes on with the rest of the series. I don't know if we were watching it for the first time. Like, I highly doubt I would give Carbon Creek the rating I do give it. But whatever. That's for next week. It is what it is. "47 Yorktown" says, "Hello, young sir. I am so late." A bit late, yes, 47. Cinnabon says, "Kirk would have killed that gazelle with his bare hands and ate it." Very possible. Very possible. Anyway. Miss Lundell, what do you have going on?
Just the everyday.
You just rented Fiji, says Mama Pray.
Yeah, Sunday through Friday. Sunday through Friday. You've got at noon Central Time. You've got my groovy movie. I forget what's up next, but Saturday cinema or Cinema Saturday. We have 1971's The Island of Dr. Moreau, starring Burt Lancaster as the Mad Doctor.
Very interesting.
That's 3:00 Central Time. Be there.
Okay. 3 Central, 4:00 Eastern.
It's 4 Eastern, that's correct.
The Island of Dr. Monroe.
Moreau, not Monroe.
Moreau.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Hey, Gary.
And Captain Fandom Nerd, what you got going on?
Not much going on. Got the little ones here.
Little ones.
Mm-hmm.
You have my
sympathy.
My sympathies. Yes. But enjoy your time with the little ones.
Oh, yes.
Cinnabon says he's going to do some Star Trek Pictionary later, maybe. That sounds awesome. I played a little bit of that the other day. He was testing it. It seems like a good game. I'd be interested to see if anybody does play that later. I am probably going to take a bit of a nap at the moment and see if I can't take a nap and maybe wake up in an hour or two and do some, save the rest of the day so it's not a complete waste. And tomorrow, we'll, of course, have another Star Trek Picard Episode 8 review. Season 3, Episode 8. Some point tomorrow.
So you planning on going to bed early so you can be up earlier, or just
yeah, well, I just
Not
plan
early.
on going to bed and just waking up when I can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan on working on the review at 4 in the morning. I'll just, if I watch it at 3, I'll go back to sleep and work on it at like 7 or 8 a.m., a decent time. We'll see how it goes. I hope I can get some sleep because I said these last few nights have been really bad. We'll see how it goes. But I think that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna try and get some rest.
Yeah,
Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Anything else you guys want to say before we go?
Melatonin. That should
Melatonin.
help. That should help kind of smooth out your sleeping issues. It's all natural. You should be able to get it on Amazon.
I'll look into that.
And thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We have LDG wanting to come on before we go. Welcome, LDG.
Hey, Bert, how's it going? I was listening as long as I could until I got to the house, and it looks like I missed the gazelles. Did I miss?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay,
Yes.
Did you remember them? Did you finally remember them? I got to rewind and hear what you said because that was hilarious when I heard you say, "Oh, I don't remember the gazelles." I do not remember them.
I didn't remember it till after I heard it.
Yeah, was it just as horrible as the first time you heard it?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I really don't. I don't really have.
Why did he pick gazelles? All the things he could have picked, gazelles. Okay, anyway. All right, thanks, Bird. Appreciate it. Love you guys.
Bye. Anyway, I guess Qapla All, Bird, and Panel out. Hey, Cody, guys. Qapla, take care, John. Cinnabon Bunny, laters. Thank you, Captain. Hail on Garoga.